Hey, good afternoon all. I think you can see my screen, right? Please confirm.
Yeah, Sharath.
Okay, yesterday what we have discussed is we have discussed about the administration section. When it comes to the administration section, what are the things you need to configure when you're starting with Mobile Connect? The first thing is you have to configure the from name. The from name is a brand name of your product. Second, better I will the exact BU because it was not configured over here. The what are the things you need to configure when it comes to the administration section is the from name. It's a brand name of your products. For one account, we can create only one from name. For example, if you have multiple short codes or long codes at that time, we can do that as well. And when it comes to the headers and footers, maximum you can create three headers and footers, and you can use these headers and footers whenever you're sending any SMSs or creating SMSs at that point of time. And next comes to the send blockout window. Send blockout window is nothing but if you want to restrict from certain time to send that SMSs. Generally, as you told, for the best practices, you need to suppress from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. That is when you need to do this. And whenever you create, whenever if you want to add any short codes and long codes, yeah, you have an option over here, create. And this was the short code. I think, as I told you, if it is a 5-digit number where we are going to target for in single country, by that was a short code, and you can see here this was target. This code is targeted for US region. As I told, if you want to target for United States and Canada, I think you need to do the acquisitional services. That was completely different when we are doing with the long code as well. After that, you have in default code settings, you need to add these things. That is admin keywords. That admin keywords are help and stop. Help is mainly used to get the support from for any of the messages from the customer support team. And stop is where if you want to unsubscribe from any of the keywords at that point of time where you're going to use this keywords. And each and every code we can add now infinite number of keywords. You can see here they have added around 17 keywords. Likewise, for example, if you are using a long code also, you can use unlimited number of keywords as well. Each keyword you can see here when it was created, the purpose as well, and which are all the messages which are sent from these keywords. And when it comes to the short code, yeah, you can see the locale. Each and every short code and long code are associated with the locale. And when these and from where to where these codes are active, you can see here from 2020 to 2050. It was active from 18 of unlimited keywords, where 18 keywords were created for this short codes. You can create up to unlimited keywords. These are all few keywords where you can see over here. I think these are all the things what we have discussed yesterday. Apart from this, I think you guys will get to know when you're purchasing for any short code and long code, you have to fill out the campaign application form. In that campaign application form, you have to add the company info for why you are purchasing that short code. Are you planning to send any voting polls? Are you sending any commercial messages? Is it only a single only a one outbound messages? Likewise, you need to mention all those informations over there. That is what we have discussed yesterday. Today we will be concentrating on how we are going to create a list and how to import the contacts to the list. That is one thing. And how to configure messages using different templates, where you can find around 10 different templates in Mobile Connect. I will explain each and every one how it will works, how to create that messages by using the different templates, and some reporting sections as well for the Mobile Connect. And tomorrow I will explain some use cases by using this. Okay. Yesterday I have discussed till here.
Sharath, I had a question.
Okay.
Yesterday you explained about mobile opt-in methods wherein a keyword if like a keyword message if received, the subscribers are added in as opt-in. Can you describe that more in detail? How does
Yeah,
that work? The
yeah.
pizza.
I got your point. I'm going to create a message today. I will from that template. We have an option of opt-in template. Okay, opt-in campaign. In that, I will explain what you need to do, how it is going to the single opt-in works, how double opt-in works with respect to the keywords, all those things.
Okay, okay, got it.
First, I will talk about how to create a mobile connect list. If you want to create a mobile connect list, this is the overview tab. In this overview tab, what you can find over here is the message stat. The message stat is nothing but total number of outbound messages which is sent from this account and the total number of inbound messages you have received. These are all the most active keywords you can find from this account. You can see over here. These are all the keywords with respect to these codes, and you can find the responses as well. You can find the last 30 days mobile opt-ins and the total number of percentage growth. And these are all the messages which was configured recently with respect to any of, for example, if you have an option of sending through automation studio, if you're sending in messages through journey builder, you need to create all these messages over here as well, or there as well you have an option to create that messages for journey builders and automation studio. Even in the email studio as well, you can create those messages. I will show one by one. But now I will talk about how to create list and how to import the contacts. You have two options to create list and import the contacts. The first one is manage tab and the second one is add contacts. If you click the add contacts, yeah, here you will get three list of options. For example, if you want to add all the subscribers to all contacts directly, for example, if you buy a list from any of the third parties, at that time you need to import that contacts to all contacts directly, where we are going to use this all contacts. If you want to import it directly to the all contacts, you can use this. If you want to import to an existing standard list, for example, if you're running a separate campaign, separate event outside of Marketing Cloud, where you will get the list of subscribers from that event. For that event, the campaign was already created and the list was already created. At that point of time, we are going to target the existing standard list to upload. These are all completely based on business scenarios. To a new standard list, for example, if you want to create any new campaigns, if you want to add that new list to that new list, if you want to create any new list and upload to that list, you have to use these options. These are the three ways you can upload. For example, I will check this one. If you want to create new list, how it will work? Yeah, once you have selected the new standard list, you have an option of upload file. This is to, okay, one second. Better, I will simply add some files. Okay. Here, this is to just double check that have you take the permission or consent from the subscribers to send an SMS. This will show every time when you are uploading the files. What you need to do is agree, and next you go to next. After that, you need to select one short code and long code which you are targeting for. Here you can see, since the only one short code was there in this account, you can find only one code. If you have multiple codes, you can find all those codes where you can target for any code. This was the code where we are targeting for these customers, and you need to select for which keyword you are targeting. As I told you, there will be around 18 keywords were created for this account. You need to select which keyword you are targeting. The next thing is configure mapping. By default, if you want to send any SMSs, you need these three informations. First one is mobile number, locale. Why we need locale is, for example, as I told, initially, if you're targeting for long code, at that point of time, you are targeting for multiple countries. That is the reason if you're targeting for SMSs, by default, you need mobile number, locale, and contact key. Contact key is nothing but subscriber key. If you guys have worked on Email Studio, you know about subscriber key obviously. When we are targeting for multiple channels, at that point of time, under contact builder, you have an option of contact key where we have used the subscriber key as well. This is what I can say is the subscriber key in the Email Studio is similar to the contact key in contact builder, but when we are going to use contact keys, if you're targeting for multiple channels other than email, for example, if you're targeting for mobile push notification, at that time the contact key will comes into the picture. These three is by default we need this. Apart from this, yeah, the first name and last name also we need when we are sending an SMS. Once we have configured mapping with respect to these, the uploaded file, actually you are not able to find any of the fields with respect to my file because that is a random file I have simply selected. If you select the correct file which you are targeting, you will get all these options. Once done, next it will automatically save with respect and upload to that list. I'm not going to do that because this was a client account. This is generally how we are going to upload the file for the mobile connect list. As I told you, you have three options. One is the first, if you want to upload directly to the contact builder, yeah, you can directly add all the contacts to your contact builder contacts directly. The second one is if you want to upload any of the existing list, you can do that. And if you for example, you can find this this is the existing list. If you click this and you can add this, add if any of the subscribers needs to be added over here as well. If you want to create new list, what the scenario which I showed over here is the new list creation and uploading the new list for separate file. This is how we are going to create a list and upload the files. Okay. Next, one second. Yeah, there are four ways to get the contacts into the mobile connect. One is through manual. I think what we have done is a manual upload file. The second one is import. If you guys have worked on import activity in Automation Studio, I think if you guys have worked on, then you will get to know this is where we are going to use the Automation Studio to import that file. You have an option of keyword opt-in. As I told you, each and every subscribers are based on keywords opt-in only, where we are going to do that as well. I will show that. And through API calls, this is mainly used to by using the REST API calls, we can import the contacts to the, sorry, not an import, where we can get those contacts to the list. These are all four different options where we can get the contacts into the marketing cloud or mobile connect. Okay. Did I explain these things to you yesterday? Does anyone remember? Guys.
No, this wasn't explained.
Okay, okay. I thought this was done. Don't know where yesterday I was stopped. I think this is how we are going to use the list and import the files. Next, I will come to messages. I think now we have a good understanding of how to purchase code, how to fill out the campaign application form, how to set up the administration section, and how to import the list. These are all the few configurations where you need to do before creating or sending messages. Now I will talk about how to create a messages by using different templates in Mobile Connect. Before going to that, yeah, I will explain what is one-time messages and the subscription. Yeah, this is very important because there is two frequency models you should be aware of. If you want to send a customers a single messages, that is one-time messages, or you might want customers to subscribe for a series of messages. And either way, you just need to make sure that you are really considering the value providing to your customers throughout the SMS campaigns. What I'm trying to tell here is when you're sending a messages, I think we have talked about yesterday the campaign application form, where whenever we are sending in messages, we will get a confirmation from them. After that, we will send how the messages, what type of messages you guys are going to receive, how the frequency as well. We are going to send all those information to that empty messages. This is what we need to send over here. Generally, one-time messages is, for example, if you're targeting for only one time, the subscription is nothing but if you're targeting a multiple time for the same keywords at that time, where we get the subscription from the customers to send those SMSs. Yeah. The Mobile Connect has three different templates to opt-in strategy. If you're sending for single messages campaign, a single opt-in is acceptable. But assuming that the code is enabled for two-way conversation, at that point of time, you need to work on double opt-in process to confirm their subscription. The single opt-in is nothing but, for example, if you're sending, as we have discussed yesterday, text to this number as pizza. Pizza is a keyword. For example, if you reply for that message to pizza automatically, that will be a single opt-in. The double opt-in is nothing but after sending that pizza for that reply message, the empty message will triggered at that point of time. Can you confirm one more time with replying yes or no, like that? That is nothing but double opt-in. Where if we have an option of age validation as well, it will ask age and is prompted to respond with a number. If the number is above a certain age, then they will be subscribed at that point of time. This is how the SMS single opt-in, double opt-in will work. I think I have explained this. Whenever you're importing a file, you need to agree. We have get the consent from the subscribers or the permission from the subscribers. Yeah, this is how the single opt-in works. For example, the end user is going to receive an SMS for, as we discussed yesterday. I will show that SMS better. Yeah. The end user will receive an SMS like text pizza to 83767. At that point of time, the customer what will do is, if he is replied with pizza, obviously what it will do is the contact created with mobile number as subscriber key in contact builder. Sorry. Guys, what I'm trying to tell here is how the single opt-in will work. For example, the end user will receive a messages like text pizza to 87767. I think you guys have received like this as well earlier. If you reply with pizza at that point of time, that contact will automatically created with mobile number as subscriber key. Why it is created with mobile number as subscriber key is since we don't have any other information about him at that point of time, it is going to create it as subscriber key, mobile number as subscriber key. Once he has replied to that pizza, automatically the opt-in status is set to 2. Here the 2 is nothing but he is opted in. 1 is nothing but he has not confirmed. 0 is nothing but he has unsubscribed. Okay. Since the opt-in status is set to 2, automatically this subscriber is become opted in for this keyword. Which keyword? The pizza keyword. This is about single opt-in. Now, when it comes to the double opt-in, the same thing was happened over here. The end user will receive a messages like pizza, send an SMS to that particular number. If that subscriber has replied for that message, obviously the mobile number as subscriber will created in contact builder. After that, up to here, this is single opt-in. what we will do is we will go to send an empty response messages. We have an option to create by using creating template. I will show that as well. This is just to know before going to show all those things. Once we have in the empty messages, what we have mentioned over there is, can you please confirm one more time, like by replying yes or no option. For example, if that person has replied as yes, then the opt-in status is set to 2. At the till that point of time, we are not what we can say, we are not opted in for that subscriber till that reply message was sent to us. If it is no, obviously we will make it as 1. Opt-in is in pending. If it is yes, we will opt it in for that particular customer. This is how the double opt-in will work generally. Okay. Okay, next there is 3 types of SMS program types. One is transactional messages, one is broadcast messages, and the third one is automated services. The transactional messages is nothing but the SMS which is delivered immediately based on the subscriber action. I think you guys have know when you're doing the trigger send or transactional sends in email as well. Generally, when we are going to use this is, for example, any appointment confirmations with respect to SMS, any account alerts, order status alerts, likewise, where we are going to receive the transactional SMSs. Next, when it comes to the broadcast SMS, it is mainly used to send informations or offers to your valued customers. For example, if any coupon code you need to send for your customers at that time, we are going to use the broadcast messages, or any upcoming flash sales with respect to that brands at that time as well. We are going to use this broadcast messages. And when it comes to the automated services, this will engage the users in 2 ways to gather. Generally, for example, if you want to gather any of the feedback from the customers, at that point of time, we are going to use this as well. The transactional messages are time sensitive or one-time messaging and provide a high value for their subscribers. For example, think about two-factor authentication, with something you need to be happen in few seconds. Once triggered, for example, I think you guys have, if you have worked on, whenever you're logging to Marketing Cloud, you have an option like if you need to reach out to someone, or if you are logging into different browser, at that point of time you will receive an email to your inbox like some code, some 6-digit code to get. That is how generally, with respect to the same thing, how it was works in email, it will works in SMSs as well. That is called transactional. It's a two-factor authentication. Yeah, for example, for the broadcast one, you may already subscribe to a few different campaigns. At that time, you will receive some coupons, some news alerts, some flash sales. At that point of time, where we are going to use the broadcast messages. And with respect to automated customer services messages, this will help the customers to gather valuable feedbacks directly from the subscribers. Generally, when we are doing that, for the best practices, you have to include only uh, three options in the SMSs. If you have more than three, to get the survey of that any of that messages, better you need to add the web web link at that point of time. These are the 3 messages where we are going to create in Marketing Cloud Mobile Connect. One is transactional one, broadcast one, and automated services. Yeah. Give me a minute. Now I will show how to create messages. If you want to create a message in Mobile Connect, you have an option of create messages. Click that create message. There will be around 9 templates where you can see over here to send SMSs and MMSs. The first one is outbound. Outbound template is mainly used to send an SMS message to the subscribers. As you can see here, this is one-way communication. Outbound is nothing but where we are going to send an SMSs from Marketing Cloud Mobile Connect, but we are not expecting any inbound response for that messages. At that point of time where we are going to use this outbound messages. The next is text responses. You can see here the text responses template where we have two-way communication, where we can send an SMS to the customers and we can able to receive the reply from the customers as well. At that point of time where we are going to use the text response templates. The OTOR survey, as I told you, if you want to plan any survey SMSs, if you want to fill out so many informations with respect to customers, at that point of time where we are going to use this template, the survey template, the mobile opt-in, as we have discussed about single opt-in and double opt-in. If you have a plan to create a keywords, if you want to target for new subscribers to opt in for that keywords, you have to use this mobile opt-in template where you have an option of single opt-in, double opt-in, and age limited opt-in as well. And the fifth one is info capture. Info capture, when we are going to use this info capture template is, for example, if Sharath is a customer, Sharath is subscribes to one of the keyword, but I want more information about Sharath. For example, first name, last name, email address. Likewise, at that point of time, we need to use the info capture template to get those extra information about that subscribers. These are all the templates where we are going to target for SMS purpose. You can see here outbound media response, and I think one more template is there, that is media store, but is not enabled over here. The outbound media response, and media store are we targeting for these templates? We are going to target for MMS, not the SMS one. These are the templates where we are going to target for SMS. These templates will be used for MMS purpose. And the email opt-in template. This template is mainly used to invite people to subscribe to your email messages. If you want to target subscribers to subscribe to your email messages at that point of time, where we are going to use this email opt-in. And last, we have a send email. Yeah, you have an option. As I told you, have an option to create SMSs from email studio as well, content builder. You have an option that you can see over here by using this template. What I can do is I will go to overview tab. Since this was a client account, there will be one drawback with respect to mobile connect is if we have created any SMSs or published, we are not able to delete. For example, if you have created test as well, since this was a client account, we can't delete those test messages over here. What I can do is actually I have created one or two draft messages to run all the templates. How that will works, I will use the same messages and I'm going to edit every time. Okay. First, I will configure how to send an outbound messages. If you want to send an outbound messages, first you need to click that outbound template, go to next. You can see here, first you have to add an unique message name and which short code and or long code you are targeting for. And the next you have an option of send method. Send method is nothing but how we are going to target the customers, which option you are going to use. For example, here you can see schedule option. I think you guys have worked with respect to the email for schedule options. The schedule is nothing but where you can send it immediately or schedule it for later with respect to specific date and time. You have an option by using this schedule option. If you select the API trigger options, yeah, you can trigger these messages through REST APIs. Yeah, you have an option of automation. If you want to send messages as a part of automation in Automation Studio, you have an option of Automation Studio, right? Under that, you can see this mobile connect list, mobile connect templates as well. You can target from automations as well. And you have an option of journey builder. I don't know why it was not enabled here. If you want to send messages as a part of interactions with the journeys, for example, whenever we are using the journey SMSs, when subscribers are not active in the emails, since we have already yesterday we have discussed, there will be chances of active in SMS was more than 90%. Since that is the case, when we are sending series of emails where we are going to include the SMSs as well to get high click-through rate and open rate. At that point of time where we are going to use these messages in journey builder. Okay, for example, I'm going to use schedule. Next, you have to select for which target list you are targeting the customers. Simply, I'm going to target for this list. If you want to exclude any of the list where you can attach to over here, here you will get an option send only to contacts who have already subscribed currently. Yeah. After that, you need to define the content. Here you have an option of insert content. Here you can see that what you can do here is these are all the insert content. As I told you initially, we can add maximum of 3 headers and footers where you can see all these 3 headers and footers over here. Here you can see they have added only one header. This is the template header likewise. If you click that, this is the header of the messages. If you want to add the footer of the messages, this is the footer of the messages. At the right side, you can see how the messages was previewed as well. If you want to add any personalizations, you can do that as well. For example, generally where we are going to use the first name. And next you have an option of shorten URL. This shorten URL allows you to auto shorten a link you would like to send. At that point of time where we are going to use this shorten URL, this is just why we are going to use this, because we have maximum of 160 character where we can use that in for messages. If it is going to exceed, where we need to concatenate messages by creating one more messages. That is the reason where we have an option of shorten URL and abbreviation as well. The abbreviation is nothing but this button will auto shorten the word so that you can fit within the required 160 character limit. At that point of time where we are going to use the abbreviations. What are the things you need to configure when configuring the messages is, first thing is the header and footer of the messages. And if you have any personalization, other than that also you can add anything, whatever you want. The exact messages which you need to transfer, you can on the right hand side you can see how the messages were sent to subscribers. This is how we are going to create a messages. Here you can see the concatenate message. Concatenate message is nothing but, as I told you, for example, if the character limit is more than 160 character, at that point of time you need to create 2 messages separately and you need to concatenate over here. If you have done that, yeah, it will send it as one message for the subscribers. But For the count purpose, it will send it from the mobile connect as 2 SMSs. The next, you have an option of marketing cloud campaign. The marketing cloud campaign is nothing but if you want to create any campaigns, if you want to add this SMSs to that campaign, I think you guys have know better than me. When you're creating an emails, you are going to attach a campaign for each and every emails. That is just to know how much opportunity where we can get that from that email or SMSs. And the next is test messages. When we are going to use this test messages is nothing but, for example, if you want to test it internally, at that point of time, you need to add your number over here. You can see over here. Since this shortcode is targeted only for US region, where the format of the number will be like this. You need to add that format over here and perform the test. Once you perform the test, obviously you will going to receive that messages, how it looks to your inbox. After that, you have an option of keyword, and keyword is nothing but for which keyword you are targeting for this SMS. You need to select that keyword. Now the message was configured. Next, you have to schedule. This is the summary of that SMS. This is the message name. This is an outbound template. Outbound messages is nothing but one-way communication. This is the shortcode where we are going to use this SMS to target. This is the keyword. This is the list where we are going to targeting. If are you concatenating any messages? No. This is the message, exact message where we are going to send. As I told you initially, you have two options when you are doing schedule options. You can send it immediately or schedule it for future with respect to specific date and time zone, everything, how you are going to create, how you are going to schedule in email, same as it is. This is how where we are going to create an SMS by using outbound template. When we are going to use the outbound template is when we are doing a one-way communication. We are not expecting any two-way communication from that messages at that point of time where we are going to send, where you're going to use the outbound template. Okay. I think, guys, are you getting something? How to create the SMS?
Yes, Sharat, we
Okay.
understand.
Yeah, this is how where you are going to create by using outbound template. Next, I'm going to edit the same SMS. The text response. As I told you, the text response is nothing but it's a two-way communication. You have to send the SMS and you have to get the response from the for that SMS as well. For that, select the text response SMS. Generally, what we are going to tell is for this text response, the for inbound and outbound messages likewise. The same thing. The first you have to add the. Okay, one second, one second. Going to create a draft again. Okay, same way. First, you have to add the unique name, the short code and a long code where you are going to targeting. For example, if you want to target for an existing keyword, select the existing keyword where you can find it over here. If you want to create any new keywords where you can add the, if you want to target for any new keyword where you can do the target by creating a new keyword over here. You can see here. I think I have given an example of text pizza. Likewise, here you can see that you have to add your keyword over here, pizza, to this number. Okay, once this was done, fix validation error, select a keyword. Okay, yeah, here you can see the response messages and the error messages. 1 second, I will explain. Yeah, you can see here the response message. For example, if you are replied for that particular keyword, automatically you will receive an SMS like thanks for signing up for free. Likewise, this is just an example I'm showing. This is how we are going, you are going to receive an SMS. For example, if you send out a wrong keyword for that reply email, apart from pizza, if you send double z, a triple z at that point of time, you will receive this sorry for this error message. Likewise, you need to reply back with the same exact keyword as they have mentioned in that SMS. Yeah, once you have replied for that SMS, you will receive this SMS. If you're not, obviously, as I told you, it was send it like sorry, this was an error message. Try again like this. After that, the same thing, the optional settings where you have an option of add a campaign to that particular messages. If you want to perform the test, if you want to perform for any of the keywords, you can do that. If you guys have worked for one at any of the template, you will get to know easily. Yes, same option over here as well. You need to immediately, if you want to schedule it immediately for further future or recurring option, you have all those options. What you can see it in email as well. This is the text response. For the outbound, we are going to send only SMSs. For the inbound, we are getting the response as well because since we are sending for an opt-in purpose. Then next, we have an option of opt-in campaign. The same thing. First, you have to use the unique name for which short code and long code you are targeting. If you want to target for an existing keyword, or if you want to create any new keywords where you can do that, you can add the call to action for keyword. Since, for example, since you are using an opt-in option, text, as I told you, text pizza like send it to this number. If you have done that, after that, you can see over here subscription option. This is where you need to configure the single opt-in, double opt-in, and age factor as well. You can see here, if you click the single opt-in, you will send and once, for example, how the single opt-in will works. For example, you have received an SMS. If you reply for that SMS with respect to particular keyword, you are opted in, as I explained in the slide. Better I will go to that slide as well. Yeah, this is how you guys have received the SMS. You guys have replied for that with respect to that particular keyword. Once this was done, the contact was created with the mobile number as subscriber key and opt-in status is set to 2. At that point of time, what they are going to send is they are going to send a confirmation messages. I think I have discussed this when I'm showing the how to, whenever we are filling a campaign application for form to buy a code, whenever you have opted in for particular customer, you need to explain them with what how many SMSs where you can expect for every month. You have an option like this to put over here. You can see that if you want to change, you can do that. For example, if you want to send 10 SMS for every month, yeah, if they are okay with that, they will accept that one. Same wise, you have to confirm messages. You have to send which are all the help keywords and stop keywords. If they require any custom support, you need to send that on an initial opt-in only. Which are all the keywords you need to use for help purpose, and which are all the keywords which you need to stop receiving the SMS from our end. Likewise, this is what you will do for single opt-in. Same for double opt-in. This is bit different. After this, we are again confirming with one more messages like are you okay with sending these type of messages, for example this frequency of messages. Likewise, if they're okay again, then only we are going to opt it in for that customers, where you're going to set that over here. Here you can set the frequency of messages, initial messages, and the acceptance response, where you can see here S or Y. This is not there in single opt-in option. where you will be restricted to here only. For double opt-in, where you are going to send one more SMS, can you please confirm by replying Y or S likewise. Same confirmation messages you will send for double opt-in as well, by adding help keywords, top keywords, everything. And you have by default you have an optional settings as well. Yeah, this is how where you are going to target for single opt-in and double opt-in. Yeah, next I think Shraddha, is that clarified for your question?
Yes, yes, understood.
Yes. Better. Can we continue tomorrow? I think it was already 1 hour completed. Guys, I think you guys can get something from this. As I told you, since you are new, yeah, it will take some time, but it's not difficult